Pitch bends are one of the most useful exercises that we can do on the trumpet. They can help us improve our endurance, our tone quality, our articulation, flexibility, and especially upper register. So I want to introduce you to the concept of a pitch bend and also let you know about some resources that are included in your materials. There's an article I wrote that's geared towards band directors, and then there's another set of exercises called pitch bends. And so check those out, but I'm going to walk you through what these are and how we can use them. So a pitch bend is just bending a pitch down, usually by a half step. And so let me demonstrate what it sounds like. So I went from a G to an F sharp without changing the valve, right? And so how I'm doing that is I am pushing my lips out into the mouthpiece or puckering them. And then I'm also changing the shape of my mouth from more of a ah to a U. I think of it as E, U combined, U. And so it helps to kind of get the air focused, and the lips are suddenly more efficient, and that's how we create a pitch bend. If you have trouble trying to do a pitch bend, you might start out with this exercise. And so I'm just going to start on a G, and then I'm just going to kind of slowly bend the pitch down all the way to a low C. And I'm going to try to do it as slowly as possible. I'm also going to play really quietly, and I want to feel my lips being really close together because that's going to help me gain a sense of control. So there'll be a point that the low C pops out, but you want to delay that as much as possible. And while you're doing that, you want to make sure that you push your lips out into the mouthpiece while maintaining very little mouthpiece pressure. And then the next exercise is just to simply kind of stop what it's going to feel about halfway down, but it's going to be about a half step below. And so I want to feel the same things. I want to feel my lips pushing out into the mouthpiece, and I want to also play that softly. And then the last thing is simply going from the G to about the F sharp and then back. And you want to have the sound be very buzzy when you do this. You can practice pitch bends on their own as their own exercise, or you can incorporate them into other exercises that you might already be doing. One of my favorites is the Chickowitz slurs. They all start with a half step. And so I do those usually with a pitch bend at the beginning. Another thing that we can use pitch bends on are maybe a scale to help us go up into the upper register, or arpeggios, or we can just insert them into the music if we want to kind of check if our embouchure is operating at peak efficiency. So these pitch bends have a number of great applications. Another one is playing them really loudly, which will help you kind of strengthen your corners. And you can even go into the upper register and do some bends on notes at the top of the staff or even higher. And that's really going to test your endurance, and you'll start to feel some fatigue around the sides of your corners. But that's a good thing, and it's going to help you build endurance and maintain a strong embouchure. If I want to use a pitch bend to help with my articulation, remember that the pitch bends, we're creating them by pushing our lips out into the mouthpiece. And we also know from the articulation video that the lips need to be touching to create a pop. And so if we push our lips out after the lip bend and keep them there, then the articulation's really going to sparkle. We can add pitch bends before we do a lip slur study to help with our flexibility. And same thing, we're going to push our lips out into the mouthpiece as we bend the note, and then we're going to keep them there, but with minimal mouthpiece pressure. So it's helping me with my flexibility, and they're just really great exercises. To conclude, pitch bends are great exercises on their own, but when combined with a couple of our more regular exercises, they can really offer us a lot of help trying to do the things that we need to do anyway, improving our articulation, working on the high register, working on our flexibility, and working on our sound. They're all accomplished by the pitch bend, so they're fantastic exercises. Hope you enjoyed learning about the pitch bends. Now go try them out yourselves.